Stop it. Get some help.
Your LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT. Back at it with another video. Let's get right into this one. Let's get it.
It feels like T.I. is being a bully. It's like T.I. is like a bully. You called it on T.I.
Now, there's going to be some spotty audio in this one. That is due to his IG Live, his Instagram Live video. That's the way it came out. It came out with some spotty audio. So sometimes you're going to hear patches of silence while he's speaking. That is not the stream. That is the patchy audio. Let's get it.
I'm just saying, it must be wonderful to live a life where you do what you love, get paid, and meet people. Yes, it does feel good. I hope that you all get the chance to do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Lost my cousin today. Sorry to hear that. Sorry about that. Crystal, what up? Yo, Hip Hop Censored Podcast, what up? How y'all doing? Underrated. Thank you. You, man? Thank you for coming, Chi-Town. Thank you. Who you roasting tonight? I'm not roasting anybody. I'm not roasting anybody. T.I. tripping on comments. I told you. I got my fight game up. I'm good. Yeah, I think.
Reality Watch says, but didn't Godfrey say in the beginning he supported T.I.? Yep. See, Godfrey he backpedaled. Initially, y'all seen the reactions on this channel. Initially, he called out the behavior, and then when T.I. came to his platform, he called in. He enabled T.I.'s behavior for business reasons, in my estimation, because T.I. would be the big draw for him on tour. Although he's a way bigger comedian, T.I. is a bigger name. You've seen T.I. recently in New York get booed off stage because he's terrible and he was not ready for that size of a crowd. He shows no respect for comedians. I said this, I pointed this out. I pointed out that Godfrey kind of tucked his tail and bitched up when T.I. was on his show. T.I. was talking reckless, not showing any respect for comedy, kind of removing the barrier to entry. As a comedian, just we're going to step in and do what we want. He heckled a comedian on stage. They're going to get into that shortly. So Godfrey kind of had his moments of backpedaling for business interest, in my estimation. But now he's saying it with his chest. And he better stand on this. I don't want to hear T.I. get on his show and talk tough to him again, and then he backflips or backpedals and, pulls back the comments. I don't want to hear none of that. He better stand on that shit.
T.I.'s too angry for comedy. He might be. He has to learn how to be okay with comedy.
In the last stream I started, we had to restart that. TG said that T.I. suffers from small man syndrome. And it's apparent in his comedy. He takes himself entirely too serious. That comedy show in New York was so bad that he was getting booed off stage. And they were telling him to fight back, and he played one of his records. He did a musical performance to save himself from bombing.
Stop it. Get some help.
T.I. just couldn't accept it. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to get some cheers some way, somehow.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
He didn't want to hear it. The crowd was like,
I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Yep.
I'm back. Paul Mooney was angry, but not. Nah, that's different. You can't even compare T.I. to Paul Mooney. That's so dumb. Yeah, how do you compare T.I. and Paul Mooney? That doesn't even make sense. What do you mean? Or is dope. She's dope. She's really funny.
So yeah, you DM'd her.
But she said, "Hey man, don't interview. I hope the interview is not just about that." I go, "Well, being realistic, that's the reason why I'm DMing you." So don't. We're gonna talk about you, but we want to know that part. So don't
And honestly, I feel like if I'm just being real, like she should leverage it. Like do the interviews and then but you have to be strategic and like, I already know you're hitting me up to talk about the situation. But while I'm talking about the situation, I'm gonna give you insight to who I am, how long I've been in comedy, what type of, what I mean?
Yep, that Lauren girl, can't remember her last name right now. I did a response. She was in the title. God damn it, I should have remembered it. But yeah, who's making that comparison? I have no idea. But when it comes to that Lauren girl, that comedian that T.I. went up on stage, grabbed the mic from, it was her show. He grabbed the mic while she was making a joke about his past allegations. Then he said the dumbest shit, like, "Oh, if a girl doesn't want me, there's something wrong with her." He said that while talking about past allegations, not the thing to do. And then he hugged Lauren, and she didn't really consent to the hug. It was against her will. She was standing on stage looking weird. He was whispering into her ear aggressively, and she felt weird during the hug. Why it appears that way, and he hugged her against her will. Dumbass move for T.I. He was showing no respect. This is the second open mic night he came to and pretty much rubbed the comedian the wrong way, trying to go up after the headliner. He has little to no respect for comedy. He says he does, but his actions show otherwise. Let's get back into this.
I'm saying, like, she has to leverage the opportunity because her followers, last time I checked, went up to like 14K. Like, people are reaching out to her. Freaking Breakfast Club is talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. We talked about it on Comedy Hype. So it's like, leverage it. Like, you use the momentum to be like, hey, my name's Lauren Knight, and I'm XYZ. So yeah. I hope she got somebody on her team to tell her, like, no, don't be afraid to talk about it. Talk about the situation because that's what people want to hear about.
Don't try to go, but I want to talk about.
Don't do that because then that's gonna turn people off. It's gonna turn people off.
The reason why you're getting this attention is because of that argument. So go with that. Stop, okay?
What would be dope?
Make sure y'all hit that like button upon entry. Let's get it.
It'd be dope if she got something in the arsenal though. Like after this, like dies down a little bit, she drops something fire.
See, maybe a rap song.
Yo, she needs to drop a rap song.
But this is what happened.
Oh no.
T.I. heckled her first.
Yeah.
T.I. heckled her first and was saying, "Take off your wig. Take off your wig." And she said, "I'll take."
Now, y'all, we're gonna have some spotty audio here. It is the recording from IG Live. It's not the connection. Let's get it.
Take off my wig.
When you talk about the allegations.
I'll take off my wig if you talk about the allegations.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo's rapping. Damn. Hold on. Yo-Yo.
Like what as a comedian, what
because of Will Smith coming at Chris Rock?
Yeah.
No, that's a whole different, that's a separate event.
Exactly. Yeah.
First of all, that's not the worst thing that's happened to a comedian. We've been threatened, guns pulled on us, fights. Nah, that's what Will Smith did was so uncharacteristic of Will Smith. It was just out there, and for him to do it on the Oscars. Fights in comedy clubs happen. Like,
now this is bad for Godfrey. I get it. I get what he's saying. We know these things happen, but that doesn't make it okay. And to be like, oh, it happens, and it's kind of like normalizing it, being desensitized to it. Can't act like it's okay. You can't take a joke. You all know where the door is. Bill Maher did something on his last show or a couple of shows ago where he spoke about jokes for idiots, and he explained the joke for idiots who didn't get that this was a joke. He explained the G.I. Jane joke, and he just called out people for being absolute idiots for not getting jokes or coming to comedy clubs or any place where comedy is spoken and being offended by the jokes. You can take your ass out the goddamn door. All this physical assault, yeah, Godfrey's talking about it. It happens. Yeah, we know it happens. Don't mean it's right. Don't mean it doesn't mean that there's not consequences when it actually happens, which there is.
All the time.
I had a lady throw a glass at me. You know?
My big thing with this T.I. and Lauren thing that concerned me the most, because like the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, I feel like just happened so quick. Like it was like nobody expected, but it was quick. But it just blew my mind how long he was able to like have the mic and be on stage, and like it blew my mind. Like nobody stepped in. Like even when he went on stage and like put his arms around her, like nobody stepped in.
Yeah, it was weird. It was, I don't know if T.I. came in with security. I think T.I. came in with security, right?
That from the you well, I know he goes around with his people. I don't know whether it's his security or not, but both that hope.
But he called her a bitch though. He
I'm
called
just
her
like, can you run that million, my PayPal, my Cash App, Zelle, what work? You want to wire
he said,
me?
Excuse me, my boy. You want me some money, my boy?
Yeah.
You want me some money, my boy?
I'm excited for this interview. When is the interview?
I'll do it. I probably try and do it like tomorrow or the next day.
Okay, yeah.
He's talking about that interview with that woman, Lauren. I can't remember her last name right now. Split Spark says comedy don't even fit T.I. image. Makes more sense if Redman or Ludacris transitions to comedy. T.I. takes himself too seriously. Well, Ludacris is into acting, so we could see the transition to comedy, being on stage, having the stage presence. He was on radio before, so he has the voice that cuts through. Redman, you can see that. We can see Redman in some comedy. He's kind of giving the vibes that like a Marlon Wayans would probably, but like a more serious hood nigga version. But yeah, I could see him in comedy. T.I. doesn't really fit the mold. He definitely takes himself too seriously, and he suffers from small man syndrome. So there's also that.
On Zoom? Man, you gotta ask all the questions. Like I need all, because it's just so many like missing. Because I think they know each other, because they've definitely been around each other before. Because what confuses me the most is like it looked like they hashed it out, and then he went back on live, and then I don't know. It's just a lot of like I don't know what. It just don't look good. It just don't look good.
Yeah, it feels like T.I. is being a bully. It's like T.I. is a bully, and then T.I.
Yep. This is the file, y'all. This is what we got. This is the snippet from the IG live. It's body audio. That's the file that we're reacting to, though. It is what it is. Let's get it. It kind of gets me when I look at him. When he says T.I. is being a bully, I'm like, didn't y'all get that energy when he was on your show talking to all the comedians at the round table who were experienced from anywhere from 10 years plus in comedy to 30 years plus, and he displayed no reverence for y'all? He didn't want to take any advice or anything. He thought he knew everything.
I was heckling the comic. That's disrespectful.
Especially
Bully. And then T.I. was heckling the comic. That's disrespectful.
especially to come from another comedian, right?
If you're
comedian.
wait.
Well,
No, wait. No.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Okay. He's laughing and he's like, oh, you can't. Basically scoffing at the notion that she just called T.I. a comedian. But he didn't do that when T.I. was on his show calling himself a comedian. He didn't be like, whoa, wait, buddy. You're doing this for 3 weeks. You're trying to do comedy. You're not a comedian. Yeah, he didn't say any of that. So, Godfrey, man, I fucks with your show. I like Godfrey as a comedian, but come on, man. I wanted to see that energy when you first were speaking to T.I. and he was being very disrespectful to the rest of the comedians in comedy.
I'm sorry. What I mean, let me say what I'm sorry. To come from someone who's stepping into the comedy space, don't beat me up, Godfrey. No.
I wasn't gonna. I'm saying, look.
Hands up, don't.
But I ended up being right. I'm about to interview the girl.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm gonna interview on a podcast. I'm saying that if you're respecting the crowd, the last thing you need to be doing is heckling another comedian. Mm-hmm. Why would you heckle a comedian and you want to be in comedy?
That makes no sense whatsoever. That's like the ultimate no-no. To be in the crowd and heckle a comedian as a comedian shows that you're entirely too sensitive to be a comedian. You can't take jokes from others and you can't make jokes that make people laugh. What are you doing in comedy? T.I. steps on stage. I'm like, oh, it's not a record playing?
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
T.I. steps on stage. Oh, there's not a record playing? It's him doing comedy?
Come on, man.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And everybody's like on your side because you're a T.I. You feel me?
Yeah.
Why would I come to a comedy club? You know, when I started watching comedy, you know, I would watch Chris Rock. When I was in Chicago, I would watch all these people. Guess what I did? I shut the fuck up and I watched and I learned.
Learn the rules.
Now, if T.I. sat back, learned, ingratiated himself with the other comedians, I don't want to say other comedians like he's a legit comedian, but he's getting paid for it. He's on stage. He's doing comedy. I guess you can call him a comedian. But if he learned the ropes a little bit, I bet he would probably be a little bit funny. He probably would have more stage presence when he actually tells the jokes unless the punchlines sit in. I bet he would be much better. There's a difference between heckling and accusing a man and his wife of SA. All right. He had those allegations. I did a video on it. It was 30 women. 30 women that did it. And
Stop the cap.
it went nowhere. It went nowhere. They had the same stories. He didn't even get charged. She made a joke as a comedian with the other comedian in the building. If you don't understand that, Pace Brown, that it's a joke, and as a comedian, people are going to go there with jokes, then comedy's not for you. It's not for you either, sir. It's not for you. Imagine being pissed off about a joke that didn't even delve deep into the joke of an allegation that wasn't true and never made it anywhere. Why are you mad?
Shut up, bitch.
Enough to heckle another comedian while you're a rookie. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
You're done.
Get a job, nigger.
You tell a joke about T.I., you say anything about T.I. You know what type of bag T.I.'s getting in?
I'm about to add it hoe out.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
He takes everything to heart. He's taking it serious. He's going to stand up on stage and address you for a half an hour about the things you said. because he's emotional. He's not literally going to get to the... Clearly not. But they was in court. It just didn't go nowhere, dog. That's what I didn't say it went to court, but it didn't go nowhere. That's what the fuck I said. So if you know it didn't go nowhere, why the fuck you keep talking about this stupid allegation shit that was a joke? It's a joke. She didn't say anything about details of his charges. I mean, nothing. Yes, nothing. And it's a joke. It's a joke. She's on stage as a comedian. If you had such a problem, you could come to her after her set and speak to her. Or you could offset it on your set with some other jokes, like comedians do. You can roast back. Do you not understand comedy? I think some people need to see. I think I need to react to that Bill Maher comedy for idiots, for people that don't get it. See, Chase Brown's now on board. His comedy needs a lot of work. Agreed. It's not about that though. His comedy does need a lot of work, but it's his lack of respect for comedy, and that's why he's on the forefront. This is why he's in Brooklyn doing large venues, arenas, shows, getting booed. No one's laughing. You're doing an arena show as a rookie, as a novice. You have the cachet, clout, and that type of audience, but nobody was there laughing. I'm gonna have to pull up that video. Nobody laughed. The fact that you had to music and get into a performance bag while being a comedian to try to save your ass because he refused to accept the L. He refused. They're like, fight back, fight back. He played a record. Swagger like us. Are you out of your goddamn mind? At a comedy show. Some comedians mix in the music too, but the music's generally funny. It's not just your hit records because you're a rapper, not really a comedian. Okay, I monopolize this. Let's get back to the reaction.
You can't. How do you say I want to be a comedian? All these people. That's what I did.
Hold on, yeah.
I shut the fuck up and I watched and I learned. You can't. How do you say I want to be a comedian and then you heckle a comic? That's so fucking such a contradiction. It's such a disrespect. It is.
Yeah.
That's not how you respect comedy.
Yeah, and that's, I think even if you're not a comedian, or because like for me, like, you know, stepping into this comedy space, I'm not a comedian. I've never thought to be a comedian or anything like that. But being that I have more understanding of this craft, I know when I go to shows not to do certain things, just because not as somebody that wants to do, like, I don't want to do comedy. I leave that to y'all. But like when I go, like, I respect it so much that I know, like, okay, let me not do X, Y, Z. I'm trying to think, have I ever been like so offended that I wanted to say something?
Yeah. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. You know?
Yep. He played his songs during his stand-up in Brooklyn. Yep, he did. Jackie Dollhouse sent me the video. I don't know if she sent me the video of him playing the performance, but she sent me the video of him getting booed. Y'all know her from the chat. Sent me the video. Shout out to you, Jackie, for sending me the video of this. But hold on, let's see if I have the... All right, this isn't the one where he gets into the performance bag, but I got that video. It's somewhere on here. I'll probably react to that shortly. But he played his song right after. He was getting booed, and you can hear the audience saying, fight back, fight back, fight back. And he didn't fight back in the form of comedy. He fought back in the form of rap.
And if Flame wants to join, Flame is here, right?
Flame!
Yeah. Where's Flame?
Yeah, Flame, let me tell you about Godfrey. I told Godfrey to hand... Never mind, I'll tell you. Godfrey didn't give me your info like you told him to, and I tried to tell him.
Oh, Godfrey, respectfully, you're not a... Oh, okay, you gotta go. Let's take her off the live. There we go. This needs to stop. Why are Black Americans going in on each other? That's true. We're always going in on each other.
And it's just like, it's like you had the Chris Rock and Will Smith And then you had Lee Daniels and Monique reconcile, and I'm like, okay, finally some good. And then this happened. I'm like, God dang it! Like,
we the only race that be fighting on camera.
I do want them to talk. I want them to talk so bad. You can make that happen, Godfrey.
Who?
T.I. and Lauren.
But I think they talked. They apologized, right?
But have they talked? Well, since the whole the calling her the.
Yeah, they had another show where T.I. and her performed, Lauren. They spoke after it. They squashed the issue. They did another show after that. So I have that too. I'm probably gonna have to react to all of this to show y'all what's going on.
B word. I don't know if they talked since then.
They had to because he said it first, and then they both argued, and then they kind of squashed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm confused about the timeline because I thought they squashed it and came together, and then that's when T.I. went live and like the whole B thing. I don't know.
Came on. Everybody got it.
All right, so this is T.I. speaking to Michael Blackson following the performance in Brooklyn where he was booed. Pace Brown says, if T.I. wasn't in her crowd, I doubt she would have said anything about him, is all I'm saying. Comedy ain't for him, and some people take opportunities. All right, I get it, yeah. It's facts, though. She wouldn't have said anything about him if he's not in the crowd. She was playing off of his presence in the crowd, and that's why he shouldn't have took it any type of way. It's not like she was just dragging him randomly, and he just popped in and witnessed it. All right, let's get it.
Yeah, got the whole energy change. Whole energy change. And then right when it was my turn to rap, I cut the song off saying, I wish I would for you ungrateful mother. Ain't no way. Everybody stood on their feet, start clapping.
So that's even worse. See, I said that he performed the song. I heard the song start playing, and I was out. I didn't realize that he cut it off and then called them ungrateful because they weren't laughing at his lame-ass jokes. Are you fucking serious?
Man, this some old bullshit.
So this nigga cut off the music, said they're ungrateful so they don't deserve the music because they weren't laughing at your jokes. So you want them to give you pity laughs?
See a video of that. I need to see that. I mean, either way, bro. I love the shit, bro.
Haters only show the bad part. They ain't even show that good part.
I don't care what they show, bro. I don't give because I ain't seeking nobody's validation. I'm not here for nobody else's approval. I don't give a that between me and the crowd. Once I left the arena, or the crowd left the arena, everybody else, y'all, you know, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about that.
Okay. Tomorrow night, we're on a no cap tour. You coming down to perform. Is there anything you're trying to do different? Anything to, you know?
Tons of shit I'm gonna do different.
What's going on with this?
What you gonna do different? I'm sorry. What you saying?
I said there's tons.
Okay.
Tons.
See, as you can see, spotty audio against these IG lives. These IG lives. You can see it. It's not connection here. Even Michael Blackson waiting like, what's going on here? But at least we got it. At least we got the content to hear what they're saying. So let's get it.
So how you gonna say that same joke? Or you gonna let that joke go away?
I think I may.
Yeah,
I don't remember. To be honest with you, it depends. I think it's gonna be something that it's a case by case basis. I'm gonna read the crowd a little bit better.
There we go.
I might go southpaw on them.
I think he needs to practice a little bit more. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Ain't nobody got time for no shitty audio on the IG live. I think he needs to practice more. Switch it up, read the crowd a little bit different. Yeah, that may work too, but you need to practice a little bit more. You got to come in with a proven set of jokes. 30 minutes of pre-worked content that you know hits and where the punchline hits. He just needs a little more practice. I think if he humbles himself a little bit and does smaller venues. Okay, Spliff Spark says, I'm not here for anyone's approval. Direct shot at the comedian and community. Well, it's true. He always takes shots. But if he really just practices his craft, becomes more humble, actually cares about what other comedians think, then he'll become good. But he refuses to accept criticism. He doesn't want to hear their opinion. A lot of artists are sensitive. When it comes to music, because I come from music, I understand it. A lot of artists are sensitive about their material when it comes to music, but you can't bring that garbage into comedy. You can't. It's weak. We're going to wrap this one up, though. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have a lot more things to talk about. Make sure you guys subscribe to Blunt Talk with LT. Make sure you subscribe to Blunt Talk with LT. Episode coming out shortly. Should have been out already. I'm loafing. But we're going to get that out. A lot of topics there. Make sure you subscribe on this channel. Make sure you subscribe there. Join the members for the chat pass when we close the chats, when we have ridiculous live streams. Because some shows get crazy. Some shows from the topic and the inception of the topic, we're like, okay, this shit's going to get crazy. The haters are going to come through. We close the chat sometimes. Grab a membership. The chat pass is very affordable. And to show support for the channel. Because you know Blunt Talk with LT got demonetized on some fuck shit. I'm finally becoming more aware of what the actual problem was. So I'm going to do another stream breaking down what happened with that, the monetization of my channel. But you only see it really happen to, you know what? I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm going to hold that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to make sure you see all the live streams. Join the Discord as well. The Discord is a moving target. The link doesn't last forever. I got to make sure I refresh that. But join the Discord. The Discord's the only way to call into the show. I've been talking to some of the folks in the Discords, in the private chats in the Discord, but we're also going to have a stage chat where we all talk on the Discord. It's video calls, audio calls, and text. So get into the Discord if you want to hit me up in the Discord. We have chats back there, and we're bringing the Discord to the live stream. That's the only way to call in and communicate. So when we're going to have these call-in shows, it's on the Discord. So any content creators that want to get in on it, join the Discord. Anybody that's just viewing it that wants to get in on the conversations, join the Discord. The Discord is the only way to call into the show. We're not doing that StreamYards fuck shit. We're not doing that. What else do we got here? You should look at Corey Holcomb's podcast, how he was tiptoeing around trying not to offend T.I. Well, I think they're cool outside of this entertainment shit. But beyond that, a lot of people have been tiptoeing around T.I.'s feelings because T.I. has small man syndrome, and no one wants to say it. No one wants to say you're easily offended, you're easily rubbed the wrong way. Typical hood nigga shit. I grew up in the hood. I knew a lot of niggas were emotional as fuck. That's why a lot of fuckery happened. Niggas couldn't take anything. Something said to them wrong, someone looks at them the wrong way, steps on a shoe, any type of fuckery, super emotional. But as a grown-ass adult, you got to work your way around that. As a professional in the industry, you got to work yourself. You got to be prepared for whatever comes your way. As a comedian, you can't be so emotional, especially as someone that was a star forever, who knows criticism. It's not foreign to him. He's heard shit before. It shouldn't be that serious. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up. We out. Yeah.